there, and welcome to this tutorial on the basics and overview. So maybe you're new to video editing, so I wanted to open up a project that I had actually just created. I don't have a lot of transitions and cuts or anything like that because I want this to be extremely basic. So once you start editing, you'll understand, what you want to accomplish or what maybe your timeline can look like. Timeline. So the timeline is a term that is this area right here, and it is composed of video tracks and audio tracks. When you record, your camera will automatically import your audio and your video. Now, when you import your audio and video, you will bring it onto this timeline. Now, the timeline has a couple different functions. Up here, you'll see ignore event grouping. And when you do that, your audio and video will be linked together. But once you start editing, the purpose of having two cameras is not always just the audio, it's also a backup camera. So you have your one shot, and behind it you'll have your other shot. So when you're out recording, make sure you're recording your subject matter and then have your cutaway. So you'll have two different camera angles. Maybe they can be in the same area. It doesn't really matter. So here's mine. Main camera, and then when I cut away, it's the audience. Maybe they're bidding, just even to have a safety shot in case something happens. Maybe your camera light gets kicked. Maybe, your power went out for a second. That wouldn't be great because your audio, you would hear the difference in it, but you could always double up your tracks. And then that's what you would do within this timeline. Now, let's say my audio was really low. Sometimes it may look like this. Visually, when you look at audio, you'll be able to tell if it's great levels or if it's not. So if it was like this, that would be perfect. If it was like this, what you would want to do is go down to your timeline here, and this is my audio tracks, and then I would just say insert an audio track. I can drag that back up because these still are currently linked. Now let's say if I was to click down here, and I'm going to just right click, this is all PC based. Well, first I'm going to come up to my audio that I would want to sample. I would say copy. You can use your keyboard shortcuts if you want to. Go down to my other audio, insert audio track. We've already done that, but now I'm going to say paste. You can clearly see, oh geez, now I didn't want all these other tracks. You just can simply go on the track, right click and delete. You can do it from over in this area, but you need to make sure that you are just selected on the one. If all of these were highlighted, then everything would be deleted. So make sure you don't have that. And to do that is Control A, just like, for a lot of shortcuts on many things. Control A, copy all. Okay, but we didn't want this. So, you could Control Z and go back, but I don't really want to do that. I'm going to show you how to just unlink these. In different editing programs, it's called different things. Linking your audio and video. I don't know what the term would be in yours, but all you would have to do in Sony Vegas is say ignore event grouping. And there is a keyboard shortcut to that, Control-Shift-U. I don't ever use it, I'm not sure why. So click on this track then, because we really don't need this video track, and once I expand it, but you can do by doing this, just dragging up your area. You can see, why would I need that? To get rid of that, delete track, and now you just have the 3 tracks of audio. Now within the audio, you can right click on it and go to your channels and left only, right only, combined. This would be used for if you had two different microphones, or if you had your channel split where microphone on one channel, natural audio on the other channel. So what you can do is just say like right channel only, and then go down here and you could say, you know, left channel only. It wouldn't matter. Whatever you do, left channel only, and then I'm gonna right channel only. And then this one right here, let's say you said combine, you know, so it makes it just a single track. And then this right here that I keep grabbing onto is the gain. So this is, let's say, volume at 100%, or they're saying the gain is at 0 dB. Now on this track here, I want to expand into it. So for my keyboard shortcut, I can just use my up arrow of the 4 arrows. And then once you get very close into your track, this is where you would, you know, just sync your audio. But see, I have deselected this ignore event grouping, so please make sure that you're very careful. If you see this pink, then you know you are slipped off, and you can see here -16, +16. So what you would want to do is remember in your mind, what did I move? Am I trying to move the audio? Then make sure you know, sync your video back up. That will make more sense once you get into it, into a real scenario, but just keep that in the back of your mind. So if you wanted to, you could right click on your video track and say synchronize by moving, and then it moves it down. Now with this audio here, you can say the same thing, synchronize by moving, because we doubled up that track. So really what you would want to do is hold control and then click on multiple tracks, and control enables you to pick random ones and then slide them all together. Okay. When you open up your program, it may look different than this. This is personally how I like to have it set up, and you can do what you would like. Now, I always have my master bus, my mixer up. To see all these, you go to View, and then here is the list of everything you would need. Video preview. I really like to have this active take information on. That's probably the first thing that I do in my default program, is go to View, go down to active take information, and make sure that's selected, because when I'm referencing my clips, you know, I know how they were shot in order. These are HD onto a card, so they're just consecutive, but I would like to know, okay, so I'm on clip 2 here. I know that I need to bring clip 3 in, and then you can always be able to see, you know, is it Jennifer's camera? Is it Sam's camera? Something like that. Camera 1, camera 2, main camera, backup. So whatever you want to call them, you can kind of change that around by changing, you know, your clip information. You could go into your clip bin. So here's my preview window, and these little dots right here are handles. I click on the bottom one, I hold and I drag up, and then that you can move it to wherever you want. So that's how I move my windows around. And then with my master bus, I just kind of click it in there. But once I move it out, it's not on there anymore. Well, when I have my project finished and I'm going through, I like to have this open, because then I like to make sure that my audio levels are, you know, level as much as they can get, especially if it's just a bunch of songs. You don't want one song, you know, super loud, you know, at, you know, 9 dB, and then have the other one down at 18 dB or something like that. You know, you wouldn't want that. So over here is where you will have all your media and import it. So what I like to do is go into my media bins, right click, say create new bin, and this would be maybe backup. And you can see I've already created my camera 1 and camera 2. I like to have organization right out the gate, especially when you're new, because then you don't ever have to go back. Maybe you have a bunch of different videos imported. Is it a family memory video where it's like, oh, this came off a DVD from another project, this came from my video camera, this came from, you know, an old VHS tape. I would right click on my backup bin, say create new bin, and then there would be, you know, '01. And I didn't mean to have that little dot there, but anyhow. Another important thing is right here is the properties, and then you can also go to it right here. So it's this icon. My video footage, you can see, is like widescreen right now. Sony Vegas, I don't think automatically, I don't know if there is an option to automatically like match your media. So this is HD footage, but this program, this project, pardon me, is 720 by 480. And then you have your drop down menu, and then you can figure out everything. Well, let's say you don't even know, you're not sure, so what you shot your original media in. So go onto a clip, right click on it, hit properties, and then go into, yeah, general here. Stretch this out or scroll over a little bit, and you can see right here, 1440 by 1080. And I can also see that it's an M. And then sometimes I look at this other information, you know, it's an MPEG 2, it's saying AVC HD, AVC right here. So there's all the information that you would really want to be looking at and referencing. But for now, all you really need to look at is down here and figure out my footage, 1440 by 1080. So I would want to go to my properties. Oops, not that. I'm sorry. Go to my properties, drop down my menu, 1440 by 1080, and it's, you know, 60. I mean, it's that part I am not 100%. I just always do it this way. You just go back to your camera and find out. Now, my other camera angle, it is 1440 by 1080 as well, so that's good. But you could potentially put standard definition within this project here. It's not that you can't take your HD footage and your regular standard definition footage and put it together. It just will not have the same format throughout. You'll have black bars on the sides. But if that's all you can do, and it's, you know, you only have VHS footage, that's what you have to do. So I'm going to sum up this tutorial and just say, remember to always save as first. Make sure you have your appropriate folder, and then just save throughout your project. I hope this kind of can get you started for the basics, opening your project and starting to edit. So thanks so much for joining, and I'm excited. I hope we can just keep going with this and you keep learning. Thanks.